for what we do. So today is 10-4. It's a short class. You're only going to have to hear me talk for a little bit. We are doing variables on both sides. This is day 1. We're going to spend probably 3 days doing variables on both sides. The steps have not changed. We are going to follow the rules for everything that I've given you. 3x plus 7 equals 2x minus 9. Okay. Have your rules out in front of you. Have the rules out in front of you. Step 1. What does step 1 say always? Find the balance point. Step 2 says distribute if necessary. Is there any distributing in this problem? How do we know there's no distributing?
No parentheses.
There's no parentheses. Okay, no distributing, no parentheses. Good. Step 3. Combine like terms on the same side. Okay, here we go. Three x plus 7. Can I combine anything on that side? Can I combine the 3x and the 7? No, because one has a variable, one's a constant. But what about on this side? No, so there's no step 3, there's no combining like terms on the same side. Okay. Perfect, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Then, step 4 says what? Combine variables on opposite sides using?
Inverse operation.
And what does it say in parentheses?
Addition and subtraction.
Okay. I have a 3x here, and on the other side I have a 2x. Which one's smaller, 3 or 2? 2. 2, the smaller variable is the one I'm always going to move. That's the way I like to do it. It's not the only way, but I'm telling you the way that I like to. I will always move the smaller variable. How do I move this positive 2x? Wait a minute, Mr. H, it's positive. How do you know? Well, does it say negative? No, then it's positive. How do I move a positive 2x from this side to this side?
Subtract.
What?
Subtract.
Subtract. I'm going to subtract 2x's from this side and 2x's from this side. 2x minus 2x is 0. Negative 9 drops down. If I have, okay, I'm in a class full of ladies. I know that you can do this. If you have 3 x's, Olivia's like, I've got this. If you have 3 x's and we take 2 of them away, how many x's do you have? You ready, huh? 1x. There's 1x left over. This is not proving it to me. You have 1x left over. If you have 3 to begin with, and maybe Mr. H bullies 2 of them, and now you only have 1 left, you're happy. That's happy, but there's only 1 left over. Okay?
Can I tell her what we're proving? Because she just asked
No.
me. So.
You keep showing it. You keep showing it. You're doing a great job. Somebody else isn't. So now, what comes down? The positive 7 comes down. Now listen, wait a minute. Step 4 said combine the variables on opposite sides. We did that. So we're done with step 4. This was step 4. Step 5 says combine the... Oh, wait a minute. This is back to a 2-step equation that we should know how to solve. This is why we did 1 steps. We did 2 steps. We did the like I'm trying to build us, okay? You can't just jump all the way to the hard stuff. We've built up to it. So I'm looking to get my x by itself. We don't want anybody by our x's, okay? Those no good and lousy x's. Keep them by themselves. So I need to move this positive 7. How do I move the positive 7?
Subtract.
Subtract 7. That leaves me 1x equals negative 16. This is an answer, but we can always do step 6. Isolate the x, we can divide by 1. X equals negative 16. All I've done was follow the steps. Does it get trickier? Yeah, but we're going to start off nice and easy. Okay? Step 2. 15 minus 4x equals 3x minus 6. So let's copy this down. Okay. You need to copy down exactly what I have. And make sure that what your notes look like are what I have on the board. Y'all, you are able to use your notes on a test and a quiz. You need to have the notes. Okay. Step 1. Find the balance point. That's the easy one. We always know what step 1 is. It's find the balance point. Step 2 is distribute if needed. Do I need to distribute? Why or why not? What do we think? No parentheses, so no. Step 3, combine like terms on the same side. So there's 3x and a negative 6. Can I combine those? Nope, never can combine my x's with a constant. What about on this side? 15 and negative 4x. Nope, okay, good. Perfect, that's what I meant to do. Okay, step 4, combine variables on opposite sides. Do we have variables on opposite sides of this line? Negative 4x's, positive 3x's. Which one's smaller? Negative 4 or 3? Negative 4. I'd rather have money, $3, than owe somebody 4. So now I need to, the step says, I'm looking directly at this sheet. Combine variables on opposite sides using inverse operations, and then in parentheses it says addition or subtraction. So I have a negative 4x. How do I move the minus 4x from this side to this side? What's the inverse? Plus 4x. So I'm going to add 4x's to this side. Negative 4x plus 4x is 0. 15 comes down. Equals 7x's minus 6.
Wait,
Go ahead.
on the other one you said it's the lower one. So like,
Negative 4 is smaller than positive 3. Negatives are always smaller than positives.
I knew that. Okay.
Okay? So now we're at step 5. Combine the constants. The constants are the numbers that don't have variables. So I'm trying to move this negative 6 away from my x. What's the inverse of negative 6? Plus 6. Good. So I'm going to add 6 to both sides. Negative 6 plus 6 is 0. 7x drops down equals 15 plus 6 is 21. Okay. Not too bad. Step 6, isolate the variable. It says use multiplication or division. What are we going to use? Division. We're going to divide both by 7. And we get x equals 3. What questions do we have so far? I'm not going to erase these yet. You should have these.
Innocent answer.
Yep, you would have. Huh?
I have a question.
Okay.
Will you be the internet?
I have no idea yet. It depends on my 2 kids.
Wait, so like, does it not matter which
Good.
one you do? It doesn't like, it doesn't matter which one you do first. You just prefer to.
I will, so here, can I, so Isabella's asking a great question. You'll still get the same answer. So Isabella's saying, does it matter if I move? I want to deal with a positive variable. Do you like negatives? No. So if I subtract 3x, now I have negative 7x. Then I'm dividing by a negative. I don't like to divide by the negative. So that's why I'll always move the smaller variable, because it gives me a positive. Does that make sense? Okay, let's do another one. Here we go. So 5x minus 3 plus 2x equals 6x minus 18. This is now adding one extra step. We're not making it overly difficult yet, but we are upping the intensity a little bit. We need to have this copied down so that you can follow along. Okay, step 1. Always find the balance point. And the harder these equations get, the more important that's going to be. Step 2, distribute. Is there any distributing? No. Why not? No. There's no parentheses. Okay. Can I combine anything on this side? 6x minus 18? No. What about on this side? What can I combine on that side?
5x and 3, or 2x.
5x's and 2x's. I'm combining my x's. I can't hold that up there. Oh man. 2x, 5x. I combine those. Do not use inverse operations when we're talking about the same side. 5x plus 2x is 7x. Negative 3 comes down. Make that look like a real 3. Equals, all of this comes down. We want it to be in the same line. Okay? So, all we've done was combine. That was step 3. Now we're on step 4. Step 4 says, combine variables on opposite sides. Do we have variables that are on opposite sides? We have a 7x on this side and a 6x on this side. Which is the smaller one? 6. 6 is smaller than 7. Is it a positive or a negative 6? Positive. So what's the inverse of plus 6x? So we're going to subtract 6x from both sides. 6x minus 6x is 0. What comes down?
18. Negative 18.
Negative. We have to include the number, bless you, and the sign. You're welcome. 7 minus 6 is 1x minus 3. Okay, so this was step 4. So we've done step 1, 3, and 4. Didn't have to do step 2 because it was distributing. Step 5 we have to do. Combine constants. Ow. What are my constants?
Negative 3, negative 18.
Negative 3 and negative 18. But we want the x's by themselves. Put a wall between yourselves and the x's, right? So we're going to add 3. That's the inverse. That's 0. 1x equals negative 18 plus 3 is negative 15. Last but not least, we isolate. X equals negative 15. What questions do we have? Okay, so I'd like to see you try one on your own. Here we go. Let's go. 5x minus 7 equals negative 3x plus 9. Okay, so you are trying this one on your own. Mr. Gowan, step out real quick. So copy it down, use your sharp, use the steps. Let's go.
It's so big.
Yeah. My stomach is so gross.
You guys know how to do this?
Yeah.
Of course you do, because you did it all last year, Mercy. You get it?
Yeah.
I'm doing it. I'm so okay.
She's really her.
Yeah, I'm eating lunch.
Gosh.
Is it going Halloween?
Wait, it's blue out or is it SCA?
Blue out. It was gonna be pink out, but now it's blue out.
You can wear
Who's
it.
like deciding these dates?
Yeah.
Pass. What are they for the pet rally?
Who's like, I'm gonna watch back.
You guys know the pet rally is the whole entire school?
Then how are we gonna do games?
I don't
Are you like before you have the proof?
Guys, we're in
Am I nervous?
Wait.
Yeah.
Like actually,
It's
how long are we
embarrassed.
going to do the games? I don't get that.
That's not even right.
It's all right. We can find out what you said because it's on video.
There's something wrong with my finger.
I didn't say anything.
Like,
Nothing
look
bad.
at this.
Okay.
I go like this, and I have to like force it to actually like go back.
Are you done with the math problem?
No, because I'm like, what the heck happened?
Yes, that happens. That happens to my finger too.
I'm all for Marissa. Oh.
Right there.
Okay. Step 1 is the balance point. Step 2 is distribute. There's no parentheses, there's no distributing. Step 3 is combine like terms on the same side. I can't combine negative 3x and 9. I can't combine 5x and negative 7. Step 4, combine variables on opposite sides using inverse operations. If you need to write under inverse that it means opposite, you've got... Gotta stop talking as I'm talking.
Let's help you out with this.
So am I. Inverse operations. So if you need to write under inverse, opposite, do that. Because some of you are trying to just add them. Put under inverse on that sheet, put opposite. It means opposite operation. So I have a 5x and a negative 3x. Which is smaller, 5 or negative 3?
Negative
Yeah, negative 3 is farther to the left on the number line. What's the opposite of negative 3? Plus 3. So we do that to both sides.
And it wouldn't matter if you did like opposite.
Nope, and I will show you that in a second. So we'll do the same problem and I'll go the other direction. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. That gives me 9. 5 plus 3 is 8x minus 7. Step 5 says combine the constants using those inverse or the opposite operations. The opposite of negative 7 is positive 7. That gives me 8x equals 16. Number 6 is isolate the variable using multiplication or division. That gives me x equals 2. Some of you, if this is confusing you, need to cover your ears, do earmuffs, and go no, 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 as I do this. Because this might confuse you a little bit more. So this is more for you. You ready? So Maris said, hey, Mr. H, what if I went the opposite direction? And instead of adding 3x, I subtract it. So I say minus 5x. Well, negative 7 comes down, equals negative x plus 9. Goal is to get x by itself. I subtract 9. Now I have a negative on this side. I have a negative on that side. Then I have to remember to divide by a negative. And that gives me still the same answer. Okay, so it doesn't matter, but you have to have that same answer. Okay. I haven't prayed yet because I really wanted this to be at the end, and I need you guys to understand this. So, dear God, it always worries me on days like this when I know that our emotions are high, when I know that we're excited, when I know there's something big going on. Lord, please let each of these young ladies' hearts stay true to you. Let them stay safe. God, you are the God who has a plan for us. Please shout into our hearts what your plan is. Let us be Christ-like. Let us follow in your steps, Lord. But most importantly, let them come back to me safely on Monday. Make good decisions. Help us. Lord, we love you. In Jesus' name, amen.